everyone. So I just watched the video on the strange exoplanets that kind of exist. And I found it very interesting. So I thought there were kind of, the extremes that we had, planets that had multiple stars, planets made out of diamonds, ones that only had water, ones that reflect only 1% of the light they get, and then of course planets that could be similar to Earth. So I found a few of these pretty interesting. The first one that I found extremely interesting was the planet that is basically all ice but is somehow also set on fire, and how basically the gravity from this planet pulls in the water as it's melting before it's able to evaporate, and kind of pulls it to its core where it's cooled again and becomes ice again. I thought that was just something that was so strange, first of all, to have ice, that's basically on fire and then not able to evaporate anywhere. So that was really interesting to me. Another one that I thought was really interesting was the one that astronomers think is possibly able to support alien life, where it has a red star that it orbits. So the sky would kind of be this pretty red color, which seems interesting, because obviously we're used to having our sky blue, so just thinking of having the sky a different color could change a lot of things. I mean, when you grow up, you have a lot of kids that just ask, why is the sky blue? And, as like a parent, you might just say, oh, it's blue because it's blue. But if we're in a scenario where there's another planet where the sky isn't blue, that could be something that could be interesting to give to children, to teach them, like, oh, well, here it's blue, but, it's not blue somewhere else, because that's something I wouldn't think of, especially now that, no one ever told me that growing up. So I also found this planet really interesting because it has the possibility of alien life, but only on a small habitable strip, basically. So, you have one half of the planet that's way too hot and one half of the planet that's way too cold. So you just would have life kind of around this ring that's in the perfect zone. And I find that really interesting because, as people, or at least our group of people, we really like to go and see the world and find out what was out there. And we had a bunch of explorers in our history that would go and sail to new lands and claim them as theirs. So I think it would be really interesting to be in a planet where you're limited. You can't go explore because you can't survive in those extremes, or at least us. But I would find it really interesting to research that more, and, if science could figure out if it is habitable and stuff like that, I think that would be really interesting for us. And then I also lastly found it, the planet that was very similar to Earth important because, we have so many fossil fuels and stuff that are burning. We're kind of ruining our environment a little bit, and we have climate changes coming because of, the greenhouse gases that are getting trapped within us and changing the temperature of our planet. So I think it would be really interesting to investigate that further to see if, we can go live on that planet, future generations could survive there. So I found this video very interesting, and I kind of hope to learn more about the subject. But yeah, have a good day.